It ended up being a 35-12 run. 35-12 for Orlando from early in the third quarter to midway through the fourth. If that's 35-15, the Celtics win game three. Instead, we stay on serve. Orlando holds home court in game three. They beat the Celtics 95-93. Our hardest working player of the game brought to you by Bosch Power Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Power Tools built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. Franz Wagner, who's really good in game two. He missed a lot of threes. Celtics dared him to shoot, but he made plays in this game. 32 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists in the Orlando win. He and Banchero, again, largely a two-man show offensively, but the defense from the Orlando bench was a big part of the story tonight, just forcing Celtics turnovers left and right in this game. And we talked about holding the three-point numbers close. Orlando did it in the first half of game one. They did it in the first half of game two. Celtics pulled away in the second half of both games and won. Tonight, Orlando makes 8 threes, 8 of 32. That's brutal, but they held the Celtics to just 9 threes on 27 tries. Brutal shooting in the second half. The Celtics turnovers are going to be the story here. 21 turnovers, 26-8. The points off turnovers, and as good as Jason Tatum was, and he was a huge spark, he and Jaylen Brown combined for 13 turnovers tonight, which is more than the Celtics averaged in the first two games.
Yeah, that was a problem. Too much maybe dribbling the basketball. They got it going, and then all of a sudden things kind of fell apart. I think if you look at a game like this in totality, you think about how lucky the Celtics were just to be in the game. The Magic had this thing kind of salted away, and the Celtics got back in it. They did what they needed to do. But overall, the big thing that happened was just inconsistency. And the thing you look at, you say, people who scored the basketball for you this year, one of them is Porzingis, who's been unreal coming back. Tonight, only with 7 points tonight. Pritchard, who's been ungodly here, I think he only had 3 points tonight. So you didn't really get that much production off the bench. And Hauser didn't score.
Cornette was good, but we are approaching crisis point here. Sam Hauser's played 35 minutes in the series, and he has not scored.
Yeah.
35 minutes.
Yeah, it's a true statement. No other than that. It's a fact that, Hauser has to, if he gets to look at it, he has to knock it down. And you look at the other side of that, Caldwell Pope, what has he done?
It's amazing. He literally did not score. Didn't think he could be worse than he was in game two. But again, defensively, they're doing what they need to do from the role players, exactly as we talked about. This is going to be, and we haven't said this very much the last couple of years. In the 3 years under Joe Mazzulla, how many times have we said, this is going to be a brutal film to watch? This one is, because of all of the missed opportunities and the turnovers.
Well, the thing you talked about, I think, holds true. You can look back on this game, and a killer in this game was when Jaylen Brown got the ball on the box. Celtics were up by 11, had the opportunity to get a three-point play. He got called for offensive foul, negated that, and then the Magic came down and knocked down the three. That was a huge swing. That was a 5-point swing, 6-point swing.
Joe Mazzulla likes to talk about the margins. Orlando won every margin you could possibly win in this game, particularly in the second half when they choked the life out of the Celtics, and that's why we're on serve. I don't want to say there's pressure on the Celtics on Sunday night, but this was a series that everyone knows they needed to win in 5 games and get the rest before the second round. And now to do that, they're going to have to win in Orlando, something they haven't done in the building. Now even Jason Tatum has lost here. The Boston Celtics in 2025 have put forth one of the greatest road seasons in NBA history. They are 0-3 in this building.
Well, we'll see what happens, and that's why you play the games. I think the opportunity will arise itself, and another thing that happens, will you get that one guy who could have been a linchpin tonight, who could have maybe changed it, made different, would have been Drew Holiday.
Oh, no question.
Does he come back?
The Celtics do not turn the ball over 21 times that Drew Holiday plays in this game. I think that's fair to say. All right, we got a big night here on Game 4, but you've got you have an even bigger night to go to.
Yeah, bigger night. Won't be here on Sunday.
Tell everybody why.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I'm leaving you, and Bessie Maxwell is having her 90th birthday party. My mother's having a 90th birthday party on Sunday, so Sean Grande will be at the helm.
Well, and Brian Robb from Mass Live will join us for that call. He'll help us out here on Sunday. B-Rob. But more to the point, well, I know I'll see you on Tuesday night at home. It looks like we're going to have some late-night NBA basketball Tuesday night at TD Garden. That is most likely going to be an 8:30 start. The only way it will not be is if the Pacers sweep the Milwaukee Bucks. So keep an eye on that. That's going to determine the start time for the game on Tuesday night. This was a rough one on a variety of levels, and the Celtics have some soul searching to do and a difficult film to look at. They are beaten 95-93 in game number 3. 6:30 start here on the network. Then at 7 o'clock, game 4 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Celtics will try to do what they did 2 years ago in Atlanta, win the Sunday game, and go back home with the 3-1 lead.